Imagine possessing an invisible shield that renders every external chaos, every harsh word, and every unexpected setback utterly powerless against your inner peace. This isn't fantasy. This is the ancient art of mental mastery. What if the secret to unshakable calm wasn't hidden in some distant monastery or locked away in ancient texts, but had been available to you all along, waiting to be claimed? The wisdom of the Stoics offers exactly this, a practical blueprint for transforming how you experience every moment of your existence. It's not about escaping life's difficulties. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship with them. Today, we're venturing deep into this transformative philosophy, uncovering how these timeless principles can gift you not merely peace, but an unshakable clarity and resilience that stands firm when everything around you seems to crumble. We'll explore how to apply these enduring truths to navigate our frantic, modern existence, using the Stoic compass to guide every decision, every reaction, and every thought you have. Whether you're wrestling with daily anxieties or pursuing a more meaningful existence, understanding this approach to mental dominion isn't just about enduring life, it's about flourishing within it. If you're ready to forge a mind that cannot be broken, then you're in exactly the right place. And if you find value in what we're about to uncover together, a simple gesture, clicking that subscribe button, would mean the world and ensure you never miss a step on this journey we're embarking on. At the very heart of Stoic teaching lies a liberating realization. The sole territory truly belonging to you is your own internal world, your judgments, your impulses, your conscious choices. This single insight invites us to shed the exhausting burden of others' perceptions. Today, we examine why releasing the grip of external opinion isn't just emotionally freeing. It's a strategic power move toward absolute mastery of your mental domain. Consider this. How frequently have you abandoned a path, hesitated before an opportunity, or changed your very appearance because of anticipated judgment from others? It's a universal trap, one that chains us to a life driven by external applause rather than internal conviction. Stoicism offers an escape route by redirecting our focus inward, grounding our actions in our own core principles. By doing so, we construct mental fortifications that external judgments cannot breach. Consider Marcus Aurelius, the emperor-philosopher who famously counseled himself, and by extension us, that true power resides in command over our minds, not over outside events. His wisdom is a persistent summons to prioritize our internal responses over the uncontrollable external world. This doesn't imply becoming indifferent or callous. Rather, it's about elevating our own sound judgment and inner tranquility above the fleeting approval of others. Stoicism doesn't demand we reject all feedback. Instead, it grants us the discernment to filter which input serves our growth and which is merely noise. The garden of your mind thrives only on seeds you choose to plant. Imagine the profound liberty of making decisions without the shadow of criticism or the craving for praise. You begin to operate from a place of authenticity, guided by what genuinely matters to you. As you integrate this Stoic perspective, you'll notice your dependence on external validation diminishing, while your self-assurance and inner serenity expand. This journey isn't about constructing a hardened exterior in the conventional sense. It's about cultivating an internal landscape where your emotions work in service of your well-being, rather than ruling it with an iron fist. The Stoics never advocated for the suppression of feeling. Instead, they championed the understanding and skillful management of emotions to foster genuine well-being and personal evolution. Consider their practice of perceiving obstacles as raw material for growth, a principle championed by Seneca. He posited that every challenge presents a chance to exercise virtues like patience, bravery, and temperance. By reframing our struggles as opportunities to cultivate strength, we fundamentally alter our emotional reaction to them. Rather than feeling crushed by adversity, we can approach it with intention, using it as a catalyst toward greater fortitude. A crucial component of this resilience is maintaining a perspective firmly anchored in reality. Epictetus taught that our anguish stems not from events themselves, but from our interpretations of them. By calibrating our judgments to more closely reflect reality, we diminish unnecessary suffering. For instance, accepting our inability to control others' actions, while recognizing our power over our reactions, reduces the likelihood of being upset by their behavior. Resilience also involves acknowledging that emotions are not commands. Feeling anger, hurt, or anxiety doesn't obligate us to act on these feelings. The interval between feeling and action is where our freedom resides. The Stoics called this the space where reason exercises its authority. To strengthen your emotional resilience, begin incorporating nightly reflections. Ask yourself what unfolded, what challenges emerged, and how you responded. This practice reinforces your ability to apply Stoic principles in daily life, building resilience gradually. Now, consider how you might weave these practices into your routine, not saving them solely for moments of crisis. Emotional resilience isn't forged overnight, but through consistent practice and a Stoic mindset, you'll discover yourself increasingly prepared to meet whatever life presents, not merely enduring, but actively thriving. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the profound acknowledgement, while we cannot dictate events, we possess absolute authority over our perceptions and reactions to them. This is the genuine power of perception, recognizing that our responses are crafted not by events themselves, but by the stories we tell ourselves about them. Picture this. You're trapped in gridlock, running late for a critical appointment. You could interpret this as a catastrophe, igniting anger and frustration. Alternatively, you could view it as an unexpected gift, time to enjoy a podcast. Reclaiming the moment and transforming irritation into opportunity. The Stoic practice of perception management is about consciously choosing the latter path, actively deciding to frame circumstances in ways that nurture inner peace and wisdom. Epictetus famously articulated this essence: we are troubled not by occurrences, but by our opinions of them. It's a potent reminder that our serenity originates not from life's events, but from our engagement with them. By training ourselves to adopt more constructive perspectives, we gain significant command over our emotional state. Developing this skill begins with mindfulness and self-awareness. It involves observing our automatic thoughts and questioning their validity. Does this thought align with reality? Is there another angle to consider? This practice of questioning and reframing acts as cognitive restructuring, powerfully reshaping our emotional terrain. To integrate this, start by identifying situations where your initial reaction might be counterproductive. Experiment with reframing your thoughts to illuminate the situation differently. This could mean viewing constructive criticism at work not as a personal attack, but as a valuable tool for professional development. Change your lens, and you change your life. The power of perception isn't about self-deception or ignoring reality. It's about adjusting our perspective so we can perceive life more clearly and respond in alignment with our deepest values. By practicing this Stoic technique, you not only bolster your resilience, but also expand your capacity for happiness and fulfillment. It's a transformative process, turning everyday challenges into springboards for growth and self-discovery. This doesn't simply mean taking more walks in nature, though that's certainly beneficial. It runs deeper, recognizing and adhering to the natural laws governing human behavior and the cosmos. The Stoics believed every part of the universe, including humanity, possesses a role, a purpose dictated by nature itself. For us, this translates to living virtuously, in accordance with reason, which they deemed our highest function. Marcus Aurelius frequently wrote of nature's interconnectedness, viewing individual actions as notes in a grand universal symphony. Going against this natural order, he believed, breeds discord and unhappiness. Practically, living according to nature involves several key behaviors. First, it encourages self-reflection to understand our place within the broader context. This contemplation leads to a clearer grasp of what we control and what we don't, helping us live more harmoniously with the inevitable. For example, accepting our inability to dictate others' actions or outcomes, while focusing on our own responses. Furthermore, this principle teaches us to embrace simplicity and find contentment within it. This might mean aligning our desires more closely with what's naturally sufficient for happiness. We must ask ourselves, are our pursuits and wants congruent with our true nature, or are they artificially constructed by societal expectations? To cultivate a life according to nature, start small. Each day, reflect on areas where you might be resisting life's natural flow or forcing outcomes. Try to align more harmoniously with your environment. Wake with the sun. Eat seasonally. Listen intently to your body's signals and the needs of those around you. This isn't about abandoning ambition or desire, but harmonizing those drives with the natural order, ensuring they arise from genuine necessity and virtue rather than fleeting caprice. Let's remember, to live according to nature is to embrace a life of harmony, simplicity, and virtue. It's about making peace with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be, and discovering our unique, rightful place within it. As you move through your day, consider this Stoic wisdom and observe how it might transform your understanding of happiness and your role in existence. This goes far beyond a method to control urges or stick to a routine. It's about aligning daily actions with deeper values and virtues. Stoics believe self-discipline isn't merely for personal gain, but for cultivating a life harmonious with reason and moral purpose. Seneca often discussed how self-control is essential to living well. Without it, he suggested, we become slaves to our passions rather than masters of our own minds. Imagine the power and freedom of complete control over your actions and decisions, regardless of temptations or immediate gratifications. This is the essence of Stoic self-discipline. In practice, it means making choices reflecting your values, even when they're neither easiest nor immediately rewarding. For instance, choosing to save money rather than impulse spending aligns with financial security and independence. Similarly, waking early to meditate or exercise before a busy day demonstrates commitment to health and mindfulness, prioritizing long-term well-being over extra sleep. Moreover, Stoics didn't view self-discipline as a solitary pursuit, but as something benefiting the community. By controlling impulses and making reasoned choices, we contribute to a more rational, calm, and considerate society. Each personal choice radiates outward. To incorporate more self-discipline, identify areas where actions don't align with values. Perhaps you value health but skip workouts, or value learning but consume too much mindless content. Once identified, set small, manageable goals to reshape habits. It could be reading for 30 minutes before bed instead of scrolling through your phone, or preparing a healthy meal instead of ordering takeout. Stoic self-discipline isn't about punishment or denial, but about making reasoned choices that lead to true freedom and happiness. It's about controlling your actions and thus your life's direction. As you practice, observe how it changes not just what you do, but how you feel about yourself and your place in the world. Remember, in the Stoic view, self-discipline is a form of self-respect. Every day you live according to your principles, you honor yourself and the community you belong to. It's about making consistent choices that build a resilient, fulfilling life, not just for yourself, but for all. The Stoics taught that the present is all we truly own, and mastering our focus on the now can lead to profound tranquility and effectiveness. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized concentrating on the present task with full attention, a practice he described as doing one thing at a time and resting in the simplicity of his actions. Imagine if, instead of frantic multitasking, you chose to complete each task sequentially with full dedication. This focus not only increases productivity, but imbues each moment with quality and purpose. Living in the present also means accepting each moment as it arrives, without imposing our judgments or wishes upon it. When we stop fighting reality, cease wishing things were different, and respond to the actual demands of the now, we engage with life on a more genuine level. This isn't passivity or resignation. It's an active acknowledgement that the only time we can truly influence is this very moment. To cultivate this skill, begin by noticing when your mind drifts into past or future, and gently guide it back to the present. Practices like mindfulness meditation can be incredibly helpful. Sitting quietly for a few minutes daily, observing your breath and watching thoughts come and go without attachment can significantly increase your ability to stay centered. Another practical tip: engage fully with whatever you're doing. If you're eating, just eat. If you're walking, just walk. Immerse yourself completely in the sensations and activities of the present moment. This practice can transform mundane tasks into moments of deep life experience and joy. By embracing the present, you align yourself more closely with Stoic principles, enhancing your capacity to respond to life with equanimity and poise. Over time, this practice not only improves your mental well-being, but deepens your relationships and engagement with life, making each day richer and more fulfilling. Remember, life is a series of present moments. How we live each moment largely determines the quality of our lives. One of the more profound yet often overlooked aspects of Stoicism involves community. Marcus Aurelius himself saw humans as inherently social creatures, meant to live in harmonious interaction, not isolation. This underscores the Stoic belief that building or joining a community isn't just a personal choice, but a moral imperative. Stoicism teaches that each person has valuable contributions to offer the collective, and in return, the community provides support, wisdom, and perspective unobtainable in solitude. Imagine the strength and resilience of a network where each individual acts with virtue and reason. Such a group could significantly amplify positive impact on each member's life. Practically, participating in a community can mean various things: joining a local group, sharing your interests, volunteering for causes aligned with your values, or engaging in online forums where Stoic principles are discussed. Participating in these communities allows for the exchange of ideas and provides a crucial support system during tough times. It's about giving and receiving advice, sharing resources, or simply offering an empathetic ear. Each interaction offers a chance to practice Stoic virtues, kindness, understanding, and patience. Furthermore, engaging in community life enhances our sense of belonging and purpose. It reinforces the Stoic idea that we're part of something larger than ourselves, which can be incredibly fulfilling. This doesn't mean losing your individuality. On the contrary, it's about expressing your unique virtues in ways that benefit others. To start building this aspect of your Stoic practice, seek out communities resonating with your interests. Attend local or virtual meetups, participate in community service, or start a discussion group about Stoicism and its modern application. Each step toward being part of a community enriches your life and strengthens the collective fabric, embodying the true Stoic spirit of living harmoniously within the human cosmopolis. By fostering community connections, you embody the Stoic commitment to live virtuously, not just for your own benefit, but for the good of all. This integration of personal virtue with communal life is perhaps one of the most rewarding aspects of practicing Stoicism today. As we conclude our exploration of Stoicism and its powerful teachings, it's clear that the wisdom of ancient philosophers isn't merely historical curiosity, it's profoundly applicable to our lives today. The practices we've discussed, from embracing the present moment to cultivating community, offer more than just a philosophy for individual tranquility. They propose a way of living that can fundamentally transform our interactions, our communities, and our own minds. Through practicing Stoicism, we learn that true empowerment comes from within, from our ability to manage perceptions, align actions with values, and connect deeply with the world around us. It's not about Stoic endurance or indifference. It's about engaging life's challenges with wisdom and virtue. Remember, Stoicism isn't practiced in isolation, but in everyday actions and relationships we forge. Each small decision to live according to Stoic principles is a step toward a more reasoned, peaceful, and fulfilling life. It's about the ongoing journey, not a final destination. And every step, every breath, every moment lived with awareness and virtue contributes to a life well lived. So I encourage you to take these lessons to heart. Start small if needed, perhaps by reflecting each evening on the day's events and your responses, or by reaching out to participate in or create a community reflecting your values. Over time, these small actions will build into a life rich with purpose and serenity. True strength is not in what you endure, but in what you become. Thank you for being part of this journey with MindForge. If you found these insights valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us continue bringing you content that transforms lives. Together, let's continue exploring, learning, and growing, fostering a life that seeks not just personal peace, but contributes to the greater good. Your engagement and comments make this journey truly meaningful, so please share your thoughts, experiences, and insights as we all strive to live more virtuous, Stoic lives.